four-time Pro Bowler, and now one of the top vintners in all the land here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good old Drew Bledsoe. How are you, Drew?
I'm doing great, Rich. How are you, man?
I'm doing fine. How's the wine business?
You know, wine business is good, man. Mother Nature's been really kind to us. We got all our grapes in this year, and looks like another great harvest. So, yeah, it's good, and people seem to be continuing to want to drink wine. And you know, as a public service announcement, just for your listening public,
yes,
we recommend at least one bottle of red wine every day for heart health.
I'm with you, Drew. And I'm glad to hear that everything's going well for you, because you've heard that old adage, right? You know how to make a small fortune in the wine business, right?
Yeah, you got to start with a big fortune. And you know, it does take a long time, man, to get it going. But believe it or not, it's actually becoming a real business, and so that's exciting. When your fun endeavor becomes a real business, then life's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Vermeil's in that too, right? I mean, the Vermeil wines, Vermeil's.
Yeah, Vermeil, and my buddy Rick Meyer is making some killer wine up in Napa, and then Damon Hewitt and Dan Marino up here in Washington State are making some great wine as well.
Kidding.
There's a bunch of us football guys that decided to throw away all of our money on the wine business.
Yeah, Woodson, Charles Woodson's doing the Woodson one.
Yeah, I hear Woody's making some good wine too. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like he's doing a great job too.
He is.
You know, some of those Raiders guys, you know, they did. I don't know if they still do, but they did training camp up there in Napa.
They still do. They still do.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing they get anything done.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. Drew Bledsoe joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, let's get to it. Your name comes up so often now because of what's going on with Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. Drew, what do you think's going through Tony Romo's skull right now?
Well, it's a hard thing, man, because you're stuck in a situation where you know you're really cheering for your team. I mean, you always want your team to win. But the flip side of it is, you know, you want to believe that your team can't win without you. You know, I mean, you want to feel like you're the reason that this whole thing happens, and or at least part of it. And then when the team goes on and has success without you, you know, on a personal level, it's really difficult. But on a team level, you're really excited for the team. So it's a tough thing that I know Tony's going through right now. But you know, knowing Tony, I'm sure that he's going to handle all of it, whichever direction the Cowboys decide to go. He's going to handle it with class, and you know, the way that you handle that situation ultimately determines what other opportunities you have, both in football and outside of football.
Well, I mean, how did you handle it? I guess back with Brady, because you had to stay ready.
I was really pissed off initially. You know, I mean, I got healthy and I've been out for 6 weeks and almost died, and you know, and the whole deal, and also had been the guy there for 8 years, and you know, anticipated that I was going to be the guy forever, and when Tommy came in and started playing so well, and the team started playing so well around him, you know, it was a difficult thing, and when Belichick made that decision, you know, it required some soul searching, you know, as to how I was going to approach it. I had all the, you know, the thoughts that you obviously would have about, well, you know, this isn't worth it, I'm going to quit, you know, all those things. But ultimately, you know, for me, it was about doing the right thing, and the right thing was to go support Tom and support the team, and try to do everything I could to, you know, to help us be successful, and ultimately went on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Have you and Romo spoken at all? Because obviously, I know.
No, I haven't talked to Tony. You know, I just sent him when he's gotten hurt the last couple of years, I've just sent him a couple of text messages, just telling him I'm thinking about him, and I haven't talked to him directly about this one. I'm sure he's got, you know, plenty of people around him that want to talk to him, tell him what's going on. But, you know, the other side of the story that people need to really pay close attention to, though, is that the Dallas Cowboys as a team are playing in a way that's allowing you know, Dak to be successful. They're playing great defense, you know, which I think that's probably the bigger surprise of the season is how well the Cowboys are playing on defense. They're running the ball very effectively, and they're protecting the passer. You know, so if you're a quarterback and you're never in a situation where you're playing from behind and you're running the ball, so you get to be 2nd and 6 and 2nd and 5 a lot, and you get good protection. You know, there are a lot of quarterbacks that could be pretty successful in that, and that's not taking anything away from Dak, because he's been he's been great, but the team itself is really playing in a way that allows a quarterback to be successful.
Drew Bledsoe joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. A lot of theories on this too, Drew, including one from Marshall Falk pointing out that if Romo gets in, the offense will be different just because of the fact that Prescott is calling the play and sticking with it. Whereas Romo, from the neck up, being the veteran, will see a front knowing that he should check out of it and will do that, and the offense will be automatically different, potentially to the detriment of the team when it's all said and done. What do you say to something like that?
I don't know. I have seen Dak at the line of scrimmage doing a lot of stuff, and sometimes that's just line calls. It's never him necessarily changing the play. But I think Dak's a pretty smart guy. And I don't think that they're dumbing down the offense for him, certainly at this point. And so I'm not sure how different it would be if Tony got in. I do know that if Tony did play, that the offense would be very successful and continue to be at least as successful, because it's an offense that's set up to be that, just that for a quarterback. You protect the passer and run the ball. There are a lot of quarterbacks that would kill to be in that situation, and I know that they would be really successful if Tony did play.
And everybody basically saying that Tony needs to stay ready if he doesn't get the job back, which appears to be the case because of what happened with you. That in New England they had to call your number when it all said and done to get to the Super Bowl. Drew, how difficult was that for you at that point in time?
It was. I discovered that I wasn't a very good backup quarterback. I really didn't like it very much, and now I worked really hard and made sure I was prepared when I was ready to play. But it was a lot more difficult than that I had anticipated. And part of that was that I had never stood on the sidelines. I was hurt for a few games in like my fourth or fifth year, something like that. And outside of that, I'd been the starter. Since I was, a sophomore in high school. And so I didn't have any experience doing that. It was difficult, to prepare as hard as you had to all week, but not have that reward at the end of the week of getting out and competing with your guys. But ultimately, when Tommy sprained his ankle in the AFC Championship game, I got to come in and play against the Steelers. And we went on to win the game and got to the Super Bowl. So, I was ready when it happened, but man, I didn't like it very much. So
how did Belichick inform you? And did you ever try and twist his arm or lobby again with Bill back then?
Yeah. You've been around Bill just enough to know how far that would go if I tried to lobby to get my position back. Mm-hmm. No, he told me when I came and sat down in his office and he said, "Hey, we're gonna stick with Tom here," and I wasn't very happy about it, but just went ahead and went to work and tried to do my job, even though I personally wasn't very happy about the situation.
And then lastly, I know, again, Romo, in a way, he got his first start at your expense in Dallas. I mean, if you would give any advice to Tony about what he's about to go through or going through right now, what would that be, Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah, just be a pro. I mean, that's ultimately what it is. It's professional football. It's professional sports. And, one thing that I've always said when people talk about professional athletes and whether whether somebody's being treated fairly, is that if you're fortunate enough to be a professional athlete, get paid to play a game, then you got the winning lottery ticket, and you don't get to talk about, well, this isn't fair. That's not fair. You're a professional athlete. It's what every kid dreams about, right? And so for Tony, if it goes the way that he doesn't want it to go, you just have to be a pro. You come in, you go to work, you do your job, and you count your blessings every day that you get to play a game for a living.
Do you ever think of doing the paparazzi, the media thing, Drew? You ever think of doing that?
No, you media guys, man, you've driven me crazy for years.
Oh, come on. No. Do not paint me with that brush, Drew. Do not paint me with that broad media guys, you guys brush. I can't have that. I
don't. No, I'm as busy as I want to be right now. I'm coaching high school football. We got the big game for the league title tonight against the Ridgeview Ravens up here in Central Oregon, coaching my sons on the football field and making wine and traveling. And as we speak right now, I'm on my way to the first tee. So I'm not as busy as I want to be.
Well, go ahead and hit him straight. And if I go to, what is it, doublebackwinery.com?
Yeah, it's doubleback.com. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I go to doubleback.com. What would you suggest if I wanted to get a particular piece?
Well, we got a couple things going right now. Mm-hmm. We got some Syrah that we made that's almost gone, but it's great holiday wine. And then we also have some family wine that's a great holiday deal. You know, if you got your, in-laws coming over or whatever, and you don't want to break out a $100 bottle of wine, this is a nice step down.
No.
Still really good juice.
Okay.
And it comes in a bigger bottle too. It's a 1 liter bottle, so you get more wine.
Oh, I like that. I like a deal, Drew. Thanks again for taking the time right there before you go out there on the tee, and I appreciate everything. Thank you. Thanks for calling, brother.
Thanks so much, Rich. Always great to talk to you.
Same here. That's Drew Bledsoe at Drew Bledsoe on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.